Some of you might have noticed some interesting aesthetic changes to the channel. I decided to go through a rebrand, and it sort of goes back to when I started the channel a couple years ago, maybe a little bit more. I wanted to teach people about photography, how to do this, how to do that, what to look for, and yeah, et cetera, et cetera. But I couldn't find my voice, and there was something about the way I was going about this that didn't really appeal to me, and really didn't have very much traction with anyone who's trying to learn photography. There's so many other really great accounts out there, and I'd say during COVID, I took a step back and wondered what was going on with me in photography. So I actually started shooting film again, which I learned in school, and that's how I started photography. Was my parents were art photographers and artists and whatnot, and then in high school I took a number of years of photography in school and really enjoyed it. So during COVID, during the height of COVID, I went back to those roots, started shooting film again, and made a photo book. It's called Tokyo Grit and Grain. This is my film photography journal over the last, year and a half, 2 years. And I develop all the film at home. I scan it at home. It's probably about 5 or 6 different film stocks in here. And even some cross-processed stuff that I've really enjoyed. So since shooting more film, I've sort of found that voice I'm looking for. I'm just basically showing up on camera saying, here, this is what I've done, and here are the photos. I'm not doing, really any POV type stuff. Once again, there's a lot of other really great channels here in Tokyo that are doing that, and I want to make sure they are seen. It's not my style. It's not what I'm into. So I'm just going to continue to show up in front of this camera, tell you about what you are going to see through my photos, and I'll show you the photos, whether they're black and white or color. Talk a little bit about the film stock, maybe what cameras I'm using, and I'll do a little bit of digital photography on there on this channel. But the name Shutter Advance, the previous iteration of this channel, that name I thought of when I was a kid, basically. I thought, okay, the film advance lever, and something in my head, I said shutter advance, shutter, the shutter advance, da-da-da-da-da, and that was a long time ago. So it had this sort of sentimental naming behind it. And maybe a duality too. I wanted people to advance their skills, et cetera, et cetera. But it turned out not to be something I was really into. So Tokyo Grit and Grain it is. And you'll continue to see what you've been seeing over the past, however many months. And I hope you dig the new typeface, the new logo of sorts. And so anyway, there it is. Tokyo Grit and Grain. And I have a couple shows in Tokyo right at the moment. One at both in Shibuya. So links are down below, so that if you are in Tokyo and you want to attend, check it out. You can pick up the photo book here, and most of the world I can ship to from Japan via air. But I'll tell you what, if I want to ship to the States, there's something happening where I can't ship air regular mail, so I have to ship it like UPS, FedEx, et cetera, and it's really costly. So I'm going to save a few so that one day when the air freight goes back to normal, I can ship to people in the States. But regardless, I hope you like the new branding, and I really appreciate your subscription and chiming in with comments on each video, and I really appreciate it. So hope to see you again soon. All right. Thank you so much.